Okay, so it's bright and early on our third day here in Takamatsu. We are currently in the southern part, exploring I believe it's the 83rd temple that we skipped a few days ago because we couldn't leave our luggage at the hotel. But before we do that, I did find a shrine along the way that looked very interesting, so let's quickly explore that first. Okay, this is meant to only be like a very short, unexpected visit to this shrine with low expectations, but this is one of the most interesting shrines I've ever seen in Japan, and that's saying a lot because I have seen quite a lot of them. What are you pointing at? No idea. Yeah, well, definitely recommend visiting the shrine. Now, I doubt the temple can live up to this, but we'll have a look and see. There's a big tanuki. Now, one thing I've noticed on this trip, more than any other places I've been to a lot, is that they seem to mix up Buddhism and Shinto quite a lot here. So usually when you see Buddha statues and all that, that's usually for temples. For shrines, they usually worship different gods, so it's a bit unusual to see that, at least outside of the Shikoku area. But I've noticed a lot of the places I've been to so far on this trip does seem to mix them up a bit. Anyway, let's hit the temple. And down this alleyway, right next to the shrine on the left here. This must be the temple. Yep, so as expected, there's not too much at that particular temple. It's still very well kept, it's still very pretty. But that shrine was definitely the highlight so far. It's basically just stole the show. I think there seems to be a common theme. So that very often it's the shrines that are a lot more impressive than temples. The exception is yesterday's one. because that temple was in such a great location. But mind you, even for yesterday's one, there was that tiny little shrine at the back with all the tanukis that I felt was highlight. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, heading back to the station, we are now going to climb over 1,300 steps. Okay, so we are currently in Kompirasan, which is a district to the west of Takamatsu. And we're going to try to tackle the Kotohira Shrine approach. From what I understand, it's at least 1,300 steps all the way to the inner temple, and just about 700 to reach the main area. So we don't know how far we'll go to today, but we're just going to see how far we can go. I would note that I have done Yamadera before, which, if you can recall, was a temple in the Yamaguchi area of Tohoku, and that was about 1,000 steps. So I'm a bit confident that I can do this on reasonably easily. We'll see. Okay, so we're currently at the main stage, which is about 780 steps up. The inner shrines are now the 600 steps from here. I'm feeling good at the moment, so let's go for it and see how far we can get. Okay, so I reached the top, I'm heading back down now. Honest opinion, it's a nice, peaceful walk, apart from all the school kids that's running around everywhere. But the views left much to be desired. At the one at the bottom, there was like a mountain that was sort of blocking it. And at the top, a lot of trees were blocking it. So when I compared this against Yamadera, Yamadera wins hands down. Even if I compared this with Fushimi Inari, I think I prefer Fushimi Inari over this, but still a nice walk, still nice to see what they have to offer. Okay, we're currently in Marugame, which is the home of that castle. That's where we're going. I do want to mention I am actually staying in Marugame from tomorrow onwards, and it's because of my business trip, which is actually based near here. Today and tomorrow will be the last traveling days for a while, and then later on in the week we'll move onwards to another city called Kochi, and I'll resume traveling around then. Okay, and that's basically it for the castle. Castle itself, not really that impressive, but the grounds is really, really nice. In fact, I think might be a bit of unpopular opinion, but I reckon the views from the top of the castle grounds is more impressive than back at the shrine. Here is almost a 360 view all around. Yeah, no, I highly recommend coming here if you're in the area. So that's really about it's done for the day. I don't have anything else planned, and with that, the Takamatsu portion of the trip is done. Tomorrow I'll come to Marugame and I'll explore about 6 temples as part of the pilgrimage that's in the area. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, well, we're now in Marugame. We left Takamatsu quite early this morning to reach here. I've left my luggage and stuff at the hotel, but we reached a bit of a snack first thing in the morning. I needed to get to Zansuji station by about 10:15 to catch a bus to the temple which I wanted to go to, and I plan to take the 9:41 train from here to reach there. Now I've already been at the station for quite a while now, probably about an hour. But I just realized that the train which I wanted to take does not run on public holidays, and today so happens to be a public holiday. I missed an earlier train which I could have taken, and now I need to take a later train, and by the time I arrive at Zansuji, the bus will have already left. So I might need to take a taxi to where I wanted to go, which is a lot more expensive than I was hoping for, so it's not been a very good start to this particular leg of the trip. Okay, so that was the first temple done for the day. That is number 72 of the 88 temples. So we're currently about 15 minutes behind schedule. I made up some time because I decided to take a taxi, which set me back an extra 1,430 yen. So now we are heading over to the second temple, which is called the Shushakaji, which is number 73. And it's supposedly only 10 minutes from here, which would make it the closest distance between 2 temples I've encountered so far. Most of the others have required at least 20 minutes of walking. Let's look for this temple. Actually, I might have already found it. It is somewhere out there. Say, this is also one of the prettiest areas I've seen so far. Decent view. The mountains in the background too. Not too sure what's going on this far, I think. No, so I believe this is it right here. Okay, so that was the 73rd temple done. We will now move on to the 74th, which I believe is about 30 odd minutes away. Interesting thing, the 74th temple is actually closer to the 72nd than it is the 73rd. So it's similar to the case of back in Imabari, where following the numbers is not exactly the best route. But since this time around 72 and 73 are so close to each other that I didn't mind doing it in order. Okay, in terms of the temple itself, it's pretty small. It's one of the smaller ones we've seen, but the view from it is great. Couple that with the fact that 72 is so close by, I do think it's worthwhile coming. I will rank this as one of the best ones I've been to so far. I say just walking around, this is probably the most scenic walk between temples I've had so far. I mean, just look behind us, for example, all the mountains and stuff. Really pretty around here. Well, we found the 74th temple, and it's actually kind of hidden. So here. It's quite small, right next to the base of the mountain here. It's quite well kept though. Oh, it looks like something interesting back there. Let's have a look. Yeah, this path that I thought looked interesting. And it's actually just a course around the mountain, which if we had time, we'll probably have done, but unfortunately we don't. So there's temple number 44 done. So now we will move on to 75, Zensuji, which is near the train station that we got off initially. So we pretty much walked all the way back to where we were to start off with. Now, if Zensuji was the very last temple we were visiting today, I would have just walked from the station to 72. But it's not. In fact, the last two temples that we're looking at today is probably the furthest apart from each other. So it's about 40 to 50 minutes between those ones. Yeah, but Zensuji is supposedly only about 20 minutes from here. So let's check it out. I must say, Temple 74's location, it's not the best. I mean, it is surrounded by the mountainside. And the entrance, I think, from the other direction which I came from is a bit better. This front side looks way too industrial. Okay, so apparently over there is a very top-rated udon restaurant which I was planning to go to for lunch. Ooh! I think this is a map of all 88 temples. Anyway, yeah. Zensuji, it's the biggest temple I've seen so far. So we've got a designated parking lot with fees in it. Okay, we finished in Suji, had some chicken namban for lunch, and just passed by what is one of the most unsafe looking underpasses, considering that there was a train line right above it. Right now we are heading to the 76th temple, wherever that is. I believe that's now 20 minutes from here. So yes, 2 more to go today, but like I said, the last 2 are a bit further away. Okay, unlike those that I went to this morning, the approach of this one is not as great. It's just a highway. We can still see the mountains in the background though. It's still quite a beautiful place. That should be the 76th temple, just ahead of us. So we're walking for about 40 minutes now. Feet starting to get a bit sore. It's still doable. I'm a bit worried about the next one though, because the next one's meant to be about 15 minutes away. According to this, next time was 5 k's away. According to my Google Maps, it should only be 4. I hope it's still later, because I don't know if I can survive 5 k's. As if the distance was not long enough, I took a wrong turn. So that adds another 10 minutes of walking time. My feet are killing me now. Found the last one. This is a bus load of people has arrived. Oh man. Okay, ended up not spending too much time there. It wasn't the biggest temple, and there was lots of people as well. And also the train I need to catch back into the city leaves in about 15 minutes from a station that's 15 minutes away. So I need to get going.